Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at Motorola's new flip phone, the Razr Ultra 2025.
Or Razr 60 Ultra, depending on where you are.
Right. And our mission today is pretty simple. Is this thing finally worth the pretty serious $1,300 price tag?
Yeah, that's the big question. Because historically, Razrs have felt like a trade off. Style over substance.
But sources suggest this one is a whole different ballgame.
It is. This is positioned as a pure, high end phone. No more nostalgia tax. It's about top tier specs in that flip form factor.
Okay, so let's jump right into those specs because the performance numbers are, frankly, huge. We're talking about the new Snapdragon 8 Gen 4.
A 3 nanometer one, yeah. Paired with 16 gigs of LPDDR5X RAM and up to a terabyte of UFS 4.0 storage.
I mean, that's a beast. That's not just flagship, that's top of the line flagship.
Exactly. And that combination is really important for longevity. It means no more bottlenecks, which sometimes, plagued the earlier foldables.
So the speed is there. But what about the build? A fast phone is useless if it falls apart.
Right, and that was always the fear. They've tackled that head on. There's a new titanium hinge which feels much more robust.
Mm-hmm.
And for anyone who's ever, hesitated to take a flip phone to the beach, they've upgraded the ingress protection
to IP48. This is a big deal, isn't it?
Oh, it's a massive deal because previous models were IPX8. The X meant 0 rated protection against dust.
So dust, sand, pocket lint, all of it was a potential killer.
Exactly. IP48 means you finally get some real rated dust protection. It feels like a phone designed for the real world now.
And they've matched that toughness with some pretty premium finishes. I saw mentions of Alcantara and even wood.
Yeah, they're definitely going for a luxury feel, and that extends to the display, which is it's incredible.
It's a 7-inch main display,
Yep.
Super HD, 165 hertz refresh rate.
And the brightness, did you see the brightness number?
4,500 nits. That's an insane number.
It's phenomenal. I mean, the sources say it's mostly for perfect visibility in direct sunlight, but still. And you pair that with 2 Pantone validated 50 megapixel cameras.
Okay, so the hardware package is undeniably premium. Let's pivot to how you actually use it. That external display, is it more than just a clock now?
Way more. It's become its own little ecosystem. You've got dedicated panels for Spotify, for games, for checking messages.
So you don't have to open the phone for every little thing.
Right. And that really helps the battery life on the 4700 Miller Carter cell. It's just more efficient.
And what about when it's half folded? The so-called flexible modes.
Yeah, you get your stand mode for watching videos, tent mode. But the camcorder mode is the clever one.
That's where you use the main camera for selfies, right?
Exactly. You use the main 50 megapixel sensor, and the cover screen acts as your viewfinder. You can shoot 4K 60 video of yourself that way. It's a huge step up in quality.
And of course, there's AI. A lot of AI.
Dual AI, actually. You have Google Gemini for your sort of general assistant tasks.
Mm-hmm.
But then Motorola has its own Moto AI, and they even gave it a dedicated hardware button.
So what's its niche? What does Moto AI do that Gemini doesn't?
It's focused on creativity and productivity. There's an image studio for making AI wallpapers, but the really interesting one is called Remember This.
Okay.
It essentially builds a personal knowledge base for you by scanning your photos, your notes, your screenshots. It's designed to become your own personal search engine over time.
That's fascinating. So we've got top tier performance, a tough and beautiful build, and genuinely useful software features. It sounds perfect. So what's the catch?
There's always a catch.
Uh-huh.
And this one is the phone's, it's Achilles heel, Motorola's software update policy.
It's still not great.
The sources say it's no match for the competition. I mean, when competitors are offering 7 years of OS and security updates on their flagships,
Motorola's not even close.
Not even close. And for a phone that costs $1,300, that's a really tough pill to swallow.
Yeah.
The hardware is built to last for years, but the software support might not be there.
So that's the final trade-off you're left with.
It is. So what does this mean for you? The Razr Ultra 2025 is this brilliant phone that finally, breaks that stereotype of the flimsy, underpowered flip phone.
But you have to weigh that against the software commitment.
Exactly. And that brings us to a final thought. If you're going to use a deep learning tool like Moto AIs, remember this, to build a knowledge base over, say, 5 or 6 years, what happens when the device's learning capability outlives its own OS update lifespan? The AI keeps getting smarter, but the platform it's built on just stops.